Good morning. Happy Saturday. It is Bailey. We are back for another supplement review Saturday, and this one is going to be something a little different. So I'm going to wait just a second. It's been a couple of weeks because we had some technical difficulties. So I'm going to make sure that you all can hear me, that you can see me okay, that everything looks all right in your end. Let's see. Awesome. Okay, so let's dive in. Looks like everything is okay. Once you hop on, let me know that you can hear me and tell me what you're doing this weekend. We have a big weekend filled with lots of family fun, so we're looking forward to it. But first, I wanted to talk to you about protein powder. The way this is going to be working for the next couple of months, probably through the end of the year, is we are going to dive into a couple of different series. You all absolutely loved the summer fun and back to school series that I did with lots of kids supplements and things that we can be doing during the summer to boost our immune system, helps to keep us hydrated, those types of things. You all absolutely raved about that. So I decided to do another one, and I asked you all again what you wanted to see, and one of the very top things was protein powder. So off the top of my head, we have protein powder up first. This will be a 4 to 5 week series. Then after that, we'll be diving into collagen. After that will be pre-workout. And then anything else you all have for me, we can form it into another series if need be. So this is episode 1 of protein powder, and this is how all of the series are going to work. I will do a first general off the bat kind of basis of what the supplement should do, what the purpose of the actual thing is, and then we'll dive into each specific brand, 2 or 3 at a time per week, and we will go from there to see how each brand measures up to my unbiased opinion of what the supplement should be doing in any form, any brand. So that's what we're going to be doing. That's what we're going to be working with here. I am very excited about it, so let's dive right in. First, protein powder. This is a general overview, a starting point for any protein powder that you take, see anywhere. Not everyone needs protein powder. Do you hear me on that? Listen again. Not everyone needs protein powder. Second point here, nobody, not one single person needs protein powder every single day. So if you're taking it as a supplement every day after a workout, too much, okay? You do not need protein powder every day. 58% of Americans actually already consume 200% of their daily recommended intake of protein, which means you're basically doubling what your body needs, okay? That's a lot of protein. So adding that extra protein supplement in there, adding, I don't know, the one I take, I believe, is about 20 grams of protein per serving. I take about half a serving usually, so that's 10 extra grams of protein. That could be another 10% of my daily recommended intake. Okay, so these are things we just want to kind of be thinking about. I do follow a different diet than most, so I do have a lower protein intake than most, but I still don't need protein powder every single day. Okay, so what this could be doing is building tissue, building fat. This could be the reason that you're struggling with losing weight. It is just a fact. Let's move on to this section here. What does protein do? What does protein powder do? Protein powder is basically just some form of protein. If it's vegan, sometimes it's pea protein, brown rice protein. A lot of non-vegan proteins will use whey. We'll dive into that in future episodes. But the basis here is that protein is something that builds tissue within the body. So yes, it is important to building muscle. That is why we have been told to take it after workout, because we want to restore those muscles. We tear them apart, and then we want to rebuild them with extra protein afterwards. However, you can get this from eggs. You can get this from cheese. You can get this from a chicken salad sandwich after you work out. There are so many things, and I want to touch on this. The balance of carbs to protein is really important depending on the type of workout you're doing, the extensive, the length, all the things, okay? So you need carbs, proteins, fats at every meal, and that includes your post-workout meal. So just having a protein powder that is straight up protein, very low carbohydrate, very low fat, is really not doing much for you. And it also doesn't have any fiber, usually has a lot of added sugar, not things we're generally looking for in a supplement that you're drinking. So back to the little portion here, protein builds tissue. That means it builds muscle tissue, it builds fat tissue, it can build organ tissue, it builds skin cells. Protein builds tissue, any kind of tissue. If you eat too much of it, just like anything, it will contribute to weight gain. Now, that is not to say that is necessarily a bad thing. Some people should gain a little bit of weight. Some people maybe want to for physical appearances, but your weight does not really. I'm writing a blog post on this, so check back on the page next Friday to see a little bit more science on this. But your weight really doesn't have all that much to do with your overall health. So we'll be talking about BMI a lot in the blog post, but a little aside there, just be aware that taking protein could be why you're struggling not achieving your goals, okay? That is something that is commonly overlooked because a lot of people don't like to take a step back and say, hey, that may have not been the best recommendation to give you. So that's what we're looking at here. Let's see, you have to be aware of your total overall consumption because, again, once we get into that 200% plus of the daily recommended intake value, you're going to start to see increased risk for kidney failure, kidney stones, just gastrointestinal upset, all the things, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, because of all the compounds that you're taking in when you take in a protein. So that is the main basis we're going to be looking at. How do each of these supplements measure up, and do we actually need them? Are the ingredients safe to be taking? The overall whole gist of it. Okay, so I do want to let you know which products we're going to be getting into. I will post a few days before the live video, and there will be a premiere. So if you see something that you want to make sure that you're on live with, you can turn on the notifications for that post, and you'll be notified as soon as we go live with that brand that you want to see. So these are in no particular order. I have not created the schedule yet, but we will be going over Shakeology. That was my most requested one, so that probably will be first. Shakeology, Arbonne, Orgain, Alani Nu, Optimum Nutrition, Isogenics, Thrive, One Up Nutrition, and First Form protein powders, okay? So those are all the brands we're going to be looking at. As opposed to previous supplement review Saturdays, I won't be diving too far into each of them. Some of them I have already done, but we're going to look at each brand, the ingredients, the protein content, the overall ingredient nutrient content, and then how it measures up to this information I just gave you in this video. So they will be paired 2 to 3 at a time, and we will go over. This way, you will just be able to walk away with a better overall idea of, is this one that I'm taking really worth the money? Is there a better option? You're going to get a whole list of them and get my final opinion once we go through each supplement. So I do want to throw out there that I am not affiliated with any of these companies I just listed. I am not affiliated in any way with the companies that I'll be reviewing. These videos will be my honest and genuine raw opinion as a nutritional scientist based on my education and background in this field. If you so wish, if you are a distributor of any of these and you'd like for me to link your info in the video, I absolutely would do that. I love to support another small business when I can, but just know that being my friend will not necessarily change my opinion on the supplement, okay? I want to make sure that everyone is getting the most scientifically accurate, safest, most educated opinion, okay? So that is the purpose of all of this. Again, the FDA does not regulate supplements until they're on the market, and mostly they do not even take a look at supplements unless there is a complaint filed. So my real purpose behind all of this is to hopefully get everyone thinking and maybe get a movement started where we encourage the FDA to really crack down on the supplement industry, to just do away with all of this crazy stuff and the diet culture that they are selling with these products, okay? My focus is on your health, your internal health, your mental, physical, emotional, spiritual well-being, okay? Be Well Health and Wellness Consultants is total body wellness simplified. We are not interested in getting you down to your smallest pant size ever. We are interested in getting you to the point where your life is at the best quality it can possibly be. So that's what we're interested in, and supplements honestly have a lot to do with that. They can be super beneficial, but they can also be really very dangerous. So that's why we're going to look deep into this. I'm super excited. Drop in the comments and let me know if there's one of these that you're really excited to learn about, or another product you'd like for me to review after this series is finished up. So finishing up, these are the things we're going to be looking for. If you're taking notes and you want to know kind of what you should be looking for in your protein, get out your pen and jot these down real quick. These are the main things that we're going to be focusing on when we go through each of these supplements, okay? So we're going to look at the form of the ingredients that are included. This means not only the ingredient, but do they list out the scientific Latin root name of what the chemical or nutrient or vitamin or mineral is, okay? The amount, if it is in a proprietary complex or a proprietary blend, we want to make sure that we know how much of an ingredient we're getting, okay? So you can see folate in there, but if you don't know how much it is, it could be way under or way over what your body really needs because it's in that proprietary complex, and it's kind of a big blanket statement. Back to the FDA thing. It's a whole big thing, but that is what we're going to be looking for. We're going to be looking at, is it a synthetic or a chemical or a naturally plant-derived ingredient? Don't get too scared about this. I'll explain later on what that means, but that is what we're going to be looking at really. And finally, top 4 things. The final one is the form of the nutrient provided. So this is really where we're going to get into if it lists out B12. What form of B12? There are so many different forms of vitamins and minerals, and even if it has brown rice in it. Is it brown rice syrup? Is it brown rice, just powdered brown rice? Is it cooked pieces of brown rice? I mean, there are many, many forms. They all provide different nutrients. So that is what we're going to be looking at to get a really good idea of what are we putting in our bodies? Is it good for us? Is it really nourishing us and getting us to a better point? Or is it potentially a little bit of a waste of money and a ploy that we've been pulled into that we can take a step back from and get ourselves to a better point? So I am super excited to dive into this. That's all I have for you today. Check back on the page middle of this week to see which brands we'll be going over next Saturday. Again, the next 4 weeks, we will dive deep into different brands of protein. And at the end of this series, you will be able to decide which protein powder is best for your body, which is my personal opinion of the quote-unquote best protein powder as a nutritional scientist. I hope you gained so much value from this series. Be sure to turn on notifications for the Be Well page if you want to see each and every one of these videos. We are so glad you're here. Have a safe, happy, and healthy weekend, and I'll see y'all next time.